Oh, hi. Welcome to Thursday. Oh my God, my neck is tense. I've probably just been stressed. I've just been tensing up. I went to bed last night. I was very tired, and I did my normal bed routine where my phone automatically goes into sleep focus, and then I go to sleep. And I woke up this morning a little bit before my alarm, and my brain sparked a tiny synapse and was like, when you are in sleep focus, you cannot receive phone calls. And I was like, crap. So I took my phone off of sleep focus and I saw that, yep, I had missed the morning call from the emergency vet. And I was like, ah. But they left a message. They left a very detailed message, which was awesome. And in it, they said, Kepler's breathing has returned to normal. And I was like, awesome. So his breathing has returned to normal, and they're going to start weaning him off of oxygen. And they told me that there's a possibility that he could be discharged as early as tonight. And I am excited for that, and I am also I'm so nervous because I don't know what's next. I don't know how he will be. I don't know what his needs will be. And I know I'm going to learn all of that stuff. It's pointless to try and worry about that right now. But this is new uncharted territory for me, to have a cat that needs, special care and attention, and, is going to have particular needs. And I know myself, and I know I'm a good pet owner, and I know that I will give him anything he needs and give him the attention he needs and spend however much time on him that I need to do. I will do it. But before I jump into that, there's this feeling of I'm getting ready to jump into a pool, and I don't know how deep the pool is. So yeah, but that was good to hear. And I felt bad that I missed it, because then, I would rather have talked to them, but it was kind of convenient because then I had it just as a recording, and I was like, so I just took the recording and texted it to Mouse so she could just know exactly what was going on. So that was nice. They're going to call again this afternoon, and I will be ready and waiting for that phone call to make sure that things are still going okay. Because that's the thing, right? I don't want to get myself too excited, because at any point in this, it could not go well. And I'm trying to can be realistic about that. So, his breathing is back to normal, and that's awesome. They're going to start bringing him off of oxygen, which is awesome. They said he's eating. Things are going okay. But, I'm also aware of the fact that whenever I was talking to them, they said, he is almost certainly going to have another heart event, cardiac arrest or heart failure or whatever. And, it's just a matter of when will it happen? It could be 5 months. It could be 5 minutes. They said they've had patients that they got them stabilized and stuff and then discharged them, and then the patient died. And that's, I appreciate the blunt honesty of all of that, but also it's hard to hear that and be like, okay, so if he gets discharged tonight, that's awesome. There's a part of me that really wishes Matt was here for the discharging, but also I got it. I can handle it. I'll probably ask Chaz to come with me. And, we'll see if that happens tonight. I don't know. I'm going to wait and see what the afternoon phone call was like and see, if that looks likely. And then also ask a bunch of questions about what happens next? Because they said the other night that they wanted him to go to a cardiologist as soon as possible to get evaluated there. And, that seems like it needs to be facilitated, because he gets so frantic and nervous being transported from one place to another. And that seems bad now, especially. So, is he going to have to be drugged to get to a cardiologist? Can he be drugged with how his body is now? I don't know. And these aren't questions I have to solve this minute, but there are things I'm thinking about. So, yeah. Anyway, I woke up this morning and I did breakfast stream with Jepson, and that was fun. I went with him and Chaz and grabbed a little breakfast afterwards. And I've been back home just trying to start working on a few things, it's a little difficult to stay focused on work. And but I'm not like working, but there's enough stuff that like a lot of times with what I do, things need to get started. Like the computer needs to do a lot of the work, but I have to at least get it started. And I had a bunch of different things to do related to that, so I worked on that. I also have my laptop in here, and I think I'm going to maybe start working on exporting some of the Japan VODs, because I still haven't gotten that done. And then at some point, I may just lay down. I'm in here. I may just lay down because I get this adrenaline boost and I try to do things, and then I just get really tired, and I'm still tired from the trip, let alone from all of this, so. But right now I'm in pretty good spirits, and anxiously waiting to hear what they say when they call next. I got the call. Kept coming home. A few things I got to do, though. The first thing I got to do is go to the vet and pick up some prescriptions, because there's some medications he needs that they don't currently have at the vet. They have it in IV form, and they've been giving it to him in IV form, but I obviously can't do that at home. So there's an oral tablet, and I need that, but I don't have that. So I'm going to go pick up the prescription. They said I should be able to fill it at basically any pharmacy, and I need that to get filled because he's getting his last IV dose of that at 6. So I'm going to pick him up at sometime after 6 and go from there. And then he'll get that tablet in the morning. There's two tablets. One is for making the heart pump better. It's for the contractility of the heart. I can't remember the names of the medicines. And then the other one is a different medicine. It's been a lot. They said they're going to give me an entire discharge form, like the thing that tells me exactly what to do. So, yeah, it's gonna be fine, but it's a lot. I also asked them to prescribe me some gabapentin. He is going to need to go to the cardiologist at some point, but he's not going like today. They said gabapentin will be safe for him, and we're running low on it, so they're going to write me a prescription for gabapentin as well. And they're like, yeah, that's a really good idea. They're like, he really needs to not be stressed. So if he's got to go to an appointment, like you really, really need to drug him. And I said, okay. And I said, is there any other special things I need to do? And he's like, you just really need to kind of monitor him. Make sure that he's okay. Make sure that he's not exhibiting any signs of, heavy breathing or whatever. Basically the stuff that put him in to the hospital in the first place. So, yeah. But they said, they had took the oxygen off, and he said that he'd been breathing just the room air for an hour, and he said he's doing okay. He said, so we suspect that as long as that doesn't change, that he'll be good to go when you pick him up at 6. It's been a lot. Mal will be home in 2 days. I am very much looking forward to seeing her. Okay, I gotta go get stuff. Pills here. Got the pills. Went to Costco. Filled that prescription. I had to go to the emergency vet first, pick up a physical piece of paper in the year of our Lord 2024, and then drive it to the Costco and get it filled. When I was at the vet, the they were like, oh, hey, they said, would you come into a room and talk to one of the nurses real quick? And I said, sure. They're like, he's like, he's fine. They just want to talk to you a little bit. So I went back there, and one of the nurses came in, and she said that she was one of the nurses that was there the night I brought him in. And she said, when I came in today, she said it was awesome to see how much he had turned around, because when I had brought him in, he was doing very badly. And she said, it's so great to see how much he's improved, all of this turnaround. And she said, it's so nice to know that this story is going to have a happy ending. And that was sweet. That was so nice. I really appreciated hearing that. That was very kind. We talked about the medications that he's going to have, and a little bit about what things would look like moving forward. And they're going to give me a lot of paperwork and stuff. And then I got the prescription. I took it to Costco. And when I got there, I gave it to the pharmacist. And because I've never picked up meds for Kepler before, they had to make a new customer, Kepler. So she's putting it in. And she's probably my age, maybe a little bit younger. And she's putting it in, and she looks up at me and she goes, do you have a photo? It's the tax. And I smiled, and I was like, oh, I've got photos. So I was showing her photos of Kepler, and she's like, oh my God, he's adorable. And I was like, right, he is. And I said, and also he's alive. I said, it's just been a really rough 48 hours. And she was like, the prescription will be ready really quick. She said, do you want an estimate of or a cost quote or whatever? And I said, sure. I said, it can't possibly be any more than the emergency care. And she was like, she said, I know. She said, I had to take my dog to the pet hospital last year for a concern. She said, and the bill ended up being $300. And when she said that, it was very involuntary, but I could feel my eyes glass over as I just stared into the middle distance, because $300 is so cheap compared to what this entire thing has been. And don't get me wrong, there is no price. It's having more time with a family member is a priceless thing, but also, oh my God, this has been so expensive. And, I remember when things were happening with Sagan, things were expensive, but they weren't like this. This was a lot. But the pills were $6. So that's good. That's a win. That's good. So we got the pills, and there's some other pills that they're going to have at the vet. They told me, so I had got home, and then I was like, I need to call them and make sure that they do something to get him home, because he travels so poorly. He gets frantic. And I called them back, and I was like, hey, can you just make sure that he's got gabapentin or some sort of sedative or something in him so he can get home easy, because he travels so poorly. And, I called the receptionist at the front, and she was like, she said, yeah, she said, as soon as I hang up off the phone, I'm going to run back there and talk to them. Everyone there has been great, by the way. I've had a very positive experience with this emergency vet. It's been really expensive, yes, but has everyone been astoundingly kind and reassuring? Yes. Actually, I was talking to the receptionist when I left, and she said, I talked to your wife last night. She said, your wife called, and I talked to her, and then she said, I got more information, I guess a little bit later. She said, so I called her back and let her know more information. I was like, that's cool, man. I love that. That's really awesome. So, yeah, everyone's been great. I think I had another thought that I don't remember what I was saying, but yeah, they said that they were going to give him some sort of sedative so he'll get home a little bit more easily. So I need to leave here in probably 30 minutes, and I'm going to take Chaz. Chaz has the most cat experience out of anyone else in our group, and he's going to help me get Kepler home and get Kepler situated. And then I'm going to spend the rest of the night with my boy. it's there's been a lot of adrenaline, right? There's been a lot of like, and like today especially, and I can feel it. I can feel it like building. I know I'm gonna just like break down when I finally get him back here. I know it. I feel it coming. Like I said, throughout this whole thing, I've tried to be a realist about things, and was just very aware that, like, you know, when I put him in that cage and I took him to the vet, I kind of left here thinking, you know, I'm probably not going to bring him home. Everything, my experience with Sagan has just skewed my thoughts on all of that. Like, you know, probably not going to bring him home. And sitting there that first night and talking to the vet and her being like, I want you to know he could pass at any second. Like, you need to prepare yourself for that. And just getting into the car and then just crying my eyes out because I'm like, this, you know, this is it. To go through all of that, and now it's just such an emotional roller coaster. And now the idea of like, you're going to bring him home is like, oh my God, it's a big deal. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm still acutely aware of the fact that there's newfound attention and care and difficulties that are going to be presented. He's going to need things that he hasn't needed before. We're going to have to, you know, spend specific time like taking care of him and paying attention to things that we haven't had to pay attention to in the past. And also just being aware of the fact that like things can go wrong. Like we are hoping that we'll get a fair bit of time with him. You know, if we got a year, that's apparently very, very good. So it's probably not going to be a long time. But the fact that I get to bring him home at all, the fact that, you know, as long as God forbid nothing happens between now and Saturday, Mal's going to get here and get to see him, like, it's a big deal. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get ready and we're going to go bring my boy home. Hey, buddy. Hey. You ready to go home? Huh? You are really calm. That sedative's doing a good job. You ready? Welcome home, bud. You did it. You made it. Oh. Straight to the food. They said that he ate really well while he was in there.
Yeah.
Like he never really lost his appetite. He was excited to eat, basically. I see that we have to take a lap to remember. Where you at, bud? Hi. Hey. Come here. I mean, if you want. Hi, pal. Oh, baby. Oh, my goodness. You gave me quite a scare, pal.
Hey, bud.
One thing I guess I could have asked is when to take the thing off his wrist. I can always call and ask. You thirsty? Wait. What are you? Okay.
We are drugged.
Yeah, we are. Oh, we drooling a lot, buddy. We on the good drugs. Hold on. Hey, pal. You real drooly. Let me help you. He drools when he's on the drugs. You get yourself a drink? He normally drinks the stream.
Mm.
Oh, he got there. You're doing it. You're doing it. Good work. Good boy. Oh my God. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I had to put him up here. I came in here and he wanted to jump up, and I was like, no, no, no. No, you don't jump up. I will put you up here and I will help you down. You don't need to be doing that sort of work. But it's important for him to drink as much as possible, and fortunately, Kepler has always been an avid drinker. And that's really good, because cats, very typically are, closer to dehydration. Like, they don't drink enough, and that has never been a problem for Kepler. So I'm crossing my fingers that his kidneys are going to be okay as a result. You can drink as much as you want, buddy. There you go. Just relax. Just relax. Oh my God. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. He's still, he's still breathing pretty fast and hard. The paperwork says I need to keep an eye on that and trying to make sure he's keeping it under like 30 to 35 breaths a minute. He's excited right now, right? Like, he just got home. So I'm going to try and get him to just kind of relax. So I'm planning to just sit here for a bit. He needs meds in about half an hour. He's been excitedly walking through the house, and, that's fine. He's back home, but he is going to need to calm down. I FaceTimed with Mal. So she could see him. She's happy. He's had a big day, big 2 days. I suspect that he's probably going to crash. And that's fine, that's good. We want that. We want him to just rest. There we go. Now his breathing's slowing down. That's better. I don't know that I'm going to do anything tonight. I think I'm just going to kind of sit with him. Make sure everything's okay. I told you I'm gonna have that breakdown. I've been holding back a lot of emotions for 2 days. A lot of worry. I don't know how much longer we will have him here, but I am so glad he's here now. And I'm crossing my fingers for as long as possible, bud. Yeah. I have his meds all set. For those that are curious, he's on half of a 12.5 milligram, whatever that is, 6 3/4 milligrams of furosemide, which is a diuretic. He takes that twice a day at 6 a.m., 6 p.m. And then he's on I don't remember what the drug name is, but it's Vetmedin, which is the thing that helps the heart contract. And that's also, a fairly low dose, and that's 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. So we're closing in on 9 p.m., so I'll have to give him that. So he's got to get pilled 4 times a day. They sent us home with some gabapentin, so I can use some gabapentin to help get him to the vet, because he is going to have to see his normal vet in next week. And he's going to have to go to the cardiologist to get an updated echo. And, we're past the hard part, but now we have to get to the managing part. And that's, it's going to be a whole other thing too. So, so calm. Very tired. Very tired. Yeah, baby. Baby. Okay. I'm gonna end the vlog. I don't know. I don't feel like crying right now. There's a lot of emotions, but I'm not quite there. So I'm just gonna sit and watch some TV, let him exist with me, and worry about tomorrow. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?